Our investment process grew out of RDR, which happened in 2012, which was an industry change of legislation. And you had to produce a robust and repeatable investment process. So previous to that, Baker Davis had been doing our research, and another firm that is an appointed rep under ours had been doing their research. So we've been doubling up a lot. So we decided to combine efforts. And one of the chaps there is a spreadsheet genius. And we came up with, I think we ended up with 79 questions that are factual questions. So it's a quant analysis is the phrase. So it's whether a fund manager's been in tenure more than 3 years, whether it's top decile, top quartile, low volatility, these sorts of things. But then we also gave them marks according to what we felt was more important. So whether a fund manager's been there more than 3 years is a good indication of continuity, but it's not the be-all and end-all. Whereas we like good performance, but with low volatility. So we would give that a higher mark. So we slewed it towards that sort of criteria, those sort of criteria. We then feed through, let's say, all the funds that are invested in Europe, and it will then rank them with their scores from 1 to however many are in that sector. We would then go with the soft analysis, which is we pick some of those top funds and compare and contrast them. So there's, we would end up with 3 or 4. So we might have a European large cap fund, a European small cap fund, East European, emerging European markets fund. So they're still Europe, but there are reasons why you would have more than one. We then come up with our favoured funds in Europe, UK, US, fixed interest, property, whatever it is. From that, we have an investment committee meeting every quarter where we have an independent chairman and an independent economist who calls in. And he'll throw in things like he was talking to the chairman of the Bank of Japan the other day and such and such. So he's very useful as a source of information. And at those committee meetings, we will decide on our view of the world. So whether we want to be overweight US, overweight UK, underweight Japan, whatever it might be. From that, we will then create our model portfolios, which will be based on our view of the investment world and the risk profile of a given client. So we would have a moderate to adventurous, a cautious to moderate, and we will design the funds to reflect that volatility and that risk profile, and then using the funds that we've selected and the weightings that we've selected through the investment committee. And then we will upgrade those every quarter to reflect our current thinking of the investment market, so the clients are effectively always up to date in terms of where they're invested, and the portfolio best reflects our current thinking of where they should be invested.